presentation of the National Football League.
Tonight, Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams travel north to take on Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers in a West Coast battle on Monday Night Football.
Levi Stadium, Santa Clara. Ready to rock and roll. The 49ers, the Rams, like it ought to be for the 144th time. Rams are going to get the ball first. That's J.J. Koski from the end line. Out beyond the 20 and to the 25. Here's Lisa Salters.
Hey, Steve. Well, I had a chance to talk to Odell Beckham Jr. on the phone last night. He told me he didn't really want to talk about what happened in Cleveland and what led to his release there, but he did say every detail of it was crazy to him. He said, I don't have words for it. It stinks. It was never intended, and he said he never could have envisioned any of it. Beckham said he doesn't blame anyone. He enjoyed his time in Cleveland, which led to the handwritten goodbye letter to the city that he posted on social media. He said he felt a little rusty at the only practice he had with the team on Saturday after being off the field the last 2 weeks. I asked him during pregame warm-ups how much of the playbook he now knows and what we should expect. He just smiled and said, we'll see. Steve?
All right, let's see how early and how often they go to him. Stafford's looking his way immediately, and there it is. That took about 11 seconds. Let's get him right in the game, right?
Why not?
Pick up 5. That's perfect. Off to a big start in Santa Clara. Here is Matthew Stafford. Guess you could say they're having unprecedented success. You know the story with Detroit and in the postseason. As for last week, he said, I basically spotted the Titans, 14 points. Turnovers killed us. He's got to correct it. He knows, and I imagine the entire league, especially San Francisco, was watching Tennessee tape this week. 2nd down and 5. Beckham, top of your screen. Try the ground game. Darrell Henderson has the first down. Out beyond the 40. Jimmy Ward's back in the 49ers lineup, forced him out, gain of 10.
Stars all over the football field tonight. Darrell Henderson, the running back from Memphis, you just saw him right there. He's going to be featured heavily in this run game, getting outside on the perimeter. Cooper Kupp, one of the best blockers and best receivers in the NFL. And for the 49ers, Nick Bosa has to show up tonight. Whenever Stafford drops back to pass, he has to make plays. And Fred Warner, one of the highest paid defensive players in the NFL, he has to show up against the run, against the pass, make his presence known.
Little bunch formation with 3 receivers to the right. Beckham is out of the game for now. Stafford throwing quickly to the right. Cooper Kupp, he's in the game, his first grab. And Fred Warner leading the way for the 49ers after pickup of 2.
That's exactly what we're talking about. When you're talking about precision and effort and physicality, that's what D'Amico Ryans was talking about as far as his defenders were concerned. Know what you're supposed to do, give great effort chasing the ball down, and then when you arrive with bad intentions and get that ball back for our offense.
This is something we're going to see from the Rams we haven't seen a whole lot of. That's huddling. And the reason they're huddling is to be able to communicate. When you have Odell Beckham in the game, you got to be able to communicate to him as to what he's supposed to do in the huddle.
Beckham back in there. Fake it to Henderson. Stafford has time. All sorts of time. Deep shot, middle of the field. Beckham was nowhere close. It is Jimmy Ward. Welcome back, Jimmy Ward for the 49ers. Picks off Matthew Stafford.
We wondered about these two in communication, and we see it right off the bat in the first drive. Matthew Stafford is anticipating Odell Beckham to continue on this route. It's a broken play, and Matthew Stafford is buying time. When you get to this situation right here, he just put it up, and you see that's Odell Beckham there. He just stops on the route.
Yeah, that's a nice job by San Francisco, though, of defending those 3 levels. That's how you start it off. That's how you give your offense more possessions. Now they got to cash in.
While we were away, a look at that Rams bench. Odell's doing a lot of talking, and you don't see Matthew Stafford yet.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of that going on tonight. You know, Matthew Stafford only had 2 live throws to him this week in practice, so they got to get together.
Elijah Mitchell is the ball carrier for the 49ers. First play from scrimmage, gets 4 yards, and Jimmy Garoppolo is the starting quarterback for San Francisco. He's actually played pretty well the last couple of weeks, and listen, they win with him. They don't without. Head coach Kyle Shanahan said, our team knows we haven't won without Jimmy. I think they're also excited. We have a guy for the future, but it really hasn't changed anything with Jimmy. We'll get into the Trey Lance story. Hope to see him on the field at some point. Once again, they do have a package for Lance in the offense this week. That's Deebo Samuel, the wide receiver. They just want to get the ball in his hands any way they can and should have enough for the first down.
We talked about the physicality that 49ers need to play with. On the first 2 snaps, you see run game with Deebo Samuel, George Kittle blocking on the edge. That has to be the formula, and I don't think I need to say much about the stars on the Rams side. These two, just the best there is, maybe ever, on the same team now. I cannot wait to watch how this defense plays with Von Miller and Aaron Donald on the field at the same time.
On first down and 10. Here's Jeff Wilson's first carry. Season debut for Jeff Wilson. He'll pick up 5. Had meniscus surgery. Wound up on the IR the first 8 weeks of the season with that knee injury. Good to get him back in the lineup too.
If you like physical running backs, you like running backs who hit it downhill and will take it to defenders, then you need to keep an eye on Elijah Mitchell and Jeff Wilson. Well, Kyle Shanahan made no bones about it. Last year when we talked to him, and when we talked to him again this year, playing running back is hard. And these 2 guys who they have running the rock tonight, they do it as well as anyone from a physical standpoint.
Quick throw to Brandon Ayuk. And he won't get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss. Good job, Von Miller coming over to make the stop.
That's a great job from Von Miller. You know, everybody's excited about him rushing the passer, but he also has to play the perimeter. Here he is. Watch him on Kyle Juszczyk. One of the better blocking fullbacks, if not the best in the league. It's not a great block from Juszczyk, but Von has to force the edge, and then Jalen Ramsey finishes it up.
So Donald, Miller, Ramsey. Each player at each level of that defense for Los Angeles. You're talking about all-time players. Third down and 6. Garoppolo to throw. Able to complete. It's George Kittle. Has the tight end and plenty more. Pickup of 18.
If you get George Kittle matched up on Leonard Floyd's a pass rusher. When he has to guard, and he's going to have to do that from time to time in this base 3-4 outside linebacker position, matched up on Kittle, they'll go to him every time.
Kittle had a fumble last week. He said he spent all week carrying a football around like they do in high school. Good reminder from the 40. It's Mitchell. He'll get a yard, the rookie out of Louisiana. Leonard Floyd, the stop.
Look, Raheem Morris, the defensive coordinator, told us we have to set the edge, not cat the edge, not catch it, set it. That's going to be a heavyweight battle all night long between George Kittle and whoever the end man is on the line of scrimmage. You can see it right now. They are trying to come out and knock this team right in the mouth, and the Rams have to be up for it. And Raheem said, look, don't worry about it. We got it handled. Yeah. They know what the deal is. Watch that all night long, those battle on the edges.
Deebo Samuel across midfield.
There's more than one way to take care of the edges. Here's Floyd. We just talked about him. Now they're going to bring the back and cut. This is the inside split zone. Really well designed from Kyle Shanahan. So you're going to give those end men on line of scrimmage as many looks as you possibly can with as many different people. How many times you see a halfback go and cut the end man on line of scrimmage like that, and then a receiver gets the ball? Really well designed by Kyle Shanahan.
Saw Aaron Donald on the sideline for the Rams. 8th play of this drive coming up. Wilson. And you can see Marquise Copeland makes the stop, just elevated from the practice. You can see the 49ers game plan. It's obvious.
I think they might run the ball 40 times tonight. And why not? Listen, if you want to establish that physicality and keep Matthew Stafford on the sideline, why wouldn't you take that approach?
Now, one of the things that Raheem Morris, the defensive coordinator of the Rams, is going to have to decide is, are 3 bigs up front, 3 down linemen, is that enough? Do I need to go to 4 down linemen, 2 outside linebackers? Do I need to put more beef up front if this is how they're going to continue to pound us?
See if Jimmy got him. Looked like he did. But they're just running it with Elijah Mitchell. Referee tonight is Shawn Smith.
They got Terrell Lewis.
Offside. Defense number 52. 5-yard penalty. Replay. Second down.
Rams coming off a season high in which they had 12 penalties a week ago. That was just a big part of their problems against Tennessee. Prior to that last week, they've been the least penalized team in the NFL. Second and 1 at the LA 41. Mitchell. Battle at the line. We'll see where they mark him on the forward progress. Shawn Robinson and Ernest Jones made sure of it. Going to be short. Niners want to go fast here.
Watch Juszczyk, 44 on the linebacker reader.
And they snap it quickly and have the first down. Quarterback keeper Jimmy G got that one.
You're going to hear this game. At home, you're going to hear it. And we're going to shut up so you can hear it from time to time. But I can hear it up here in the booth. They're swapping paint. As Keith Jackson likes to say.
I haven't stood still since this game started. I mean, you just know that right now they're sending a message. They want to let you know, look, we're going to turn this into a street fight. We're going to do what we do best.
Here's Mitchell. Trying to find a hole. Greg Gaines and Copeland made the stop. No gain.
You know, that being said, it's very hard to go 10, 12, 15 play drives. I mean, the Niners have run the ball. This is now their 11th play or 12th play coming up, and they're only on the 39-yard line. So
they've only passed it twice.
The Rams think, you know, okay, you can go this way. You're not going to get points. You're going to at some point make a mistake.
This is a drive that started at the San Francisco 7. Second and 10. Good pocket. Garoppolo has it. Able to complete. Juszczyk. Stopped by Troy Reader. Gain of 6. Third down.
It's one of the things I love the best about Kyle Juszczyk is the fact that this is a former college tight end that's now playing fullback, that when you split him out, if you're in regular personnel, 2 backs, a tight end, and 2 wides, now all of a sudden you got 12 personnel. You got 2 tight ends because he can do both. And you see his route running ability right there. Just the ultimate Swiss Army knife, the ultimate pro.
At the LA 33 now. 3rd and 4. Garoppolo. Kittle. First down, San Francisco.
Just watch George Kittle here. He's matched up against Reader, and right here you got to take inside leverage here. Although there's a safety sitting high and inside, you're going to have to defend the middle of the field first, because if you let George Kittle cross your face and then have Greengrass to run, that's a problem.
Well, Reader's outside leverage because Rapp, he's banking on him to come down and take leverage. What happens then, if he comes down faster, now the seam opens up. So that's the challenge for Raheem Morris in this defense.
I'll tell you, with the depth that that safety's playing at, there's no way I'm letting him cross my face.
Samuel gets the corner and knocked out of bounds. Bring up a 2nd down and short. Darius Williams was there. Pickup of 8.
I love what San Francisco's doing. Watch Wilson. He comes across. He's going to get a double team on the edge. Right there. Bam. He hits Von Miller, and that's what gets Deebo Samuel to the edge. It's a little bit of a different look. You're not expecting a double team if you're Von Miller with a tight end and a halfback coming in motion. It's a really well-designed play.
15th play of the drive. He said 15th play of the drive. And it's Jeff Wilson down to the 12. First down in a fast-moving first quarter.
You just watch Jeff Wilson's vision, the jump cuts, the pad level. You see when a running back dips on you like that, meaning he lowers his pads and initiates contact on the second level, you know that they mean business. And I can tell you this right now, the safeties and the linebackers of the LA Rams, they are going to have to bring it tonight because these running backs are running just as Kyle said that they would.
118!
Pitch it to Mitchell. You can see him running downhill. Give him 5. Jordan Fuller brought him down.
It's the same play. It's the same play over and over. Here, this time it's Warner. He's going to come and he's going to get the double team block with Kittle on the outside. And now the safety Fuller starts to show up. And when that happens, that's when play action comes into this offense.
Yeah, as from a depth perspective, they're going to start creeping down further and further when you're playing split safety cover 4 looks because they know that they have to support their linebackers in the run. And you're right. At some point in time, they're going to set them up and go for a shot.
They've run that play 6 times on this drive.
Nobody better in the red zone than the 49ers. Not that time. Mitchell is stopped for a loss. Aaron Donald has had enough.
That's a nice play by Aaron Donald right here. You're going to see it. You're going to see him right here. Watch the quick arm over. Looks like, where did he go?
Well, that's the first time they've started running the ball at 99. Now, a good strategy is run away from 99. Yeah. Don't run towards him.
Third down and 6. Need the 2 for a first down. Garoppolo lofts one, end zone caught, touchdown. George Kittle, and the 49ers strike first.
This is a great read from Jimmy Garoppolo. You're going to see this safety come down, this one go back, and that opens up this hole right here for George Kittle. They wanted a 3 deep zone. They got it. You got to put that ball right on him before the corner comes off. And a great catch from George Kittle. What a drive.
Robbie Gould for the extra point. Got it down. It's up and it's good. Off the interception. Niners started at their own 7-yard line. And then it's just your garden variety. 18-play, 11-minute scoring drive. Touchdown. Garoppolo to Kittle. Progressive.com. The Special Operation Command's Parachute Demonstration Team, the Para Commandos, flew our Monday Night Football flag on a jump this week. The team represents more than 70,000 Special Ops service members from all branches of the military, and we thank them for that as we celebrate Salute to Service, the NFL's year-round effort to honor, empower, and connect our nation's service members, veterans, and their families. Learn about the NFL's work with its long-standing military and veteran nonprofit partners by visiting NFL.com/salute. Well, if you haven't heard, Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp, they got a breakfast club going. They watch film, they eat breakfast each and every morning, and that's led to them racking up touchdowns. And the 1,019 yards gained through the first 9 games together is the most by a duo since 1950. And just Stafford wearing Judd Nelson's gloves, I think that's pretty cool.
That Anthony Michael Hall,
I like it.
I think that was Emilio Estevez there. Where's Molly Ringwald? All right, the Niners score first. We'll see how the Rams counter. Feels like Stafford hasn't been on the field in a long time. Set up the screen at Dyrol Henderson with blockers in front. And he'll get out beyond the 30-yard line and pick up 6. Marker is down.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense number 77. 15-yard penalty. Play first down.
That's the veteran Andrew Whitworth, 39-year-old in his 16th year.
Yeah, you can't come and clean up the pile, and you can't come with a crown on your helmet, certainly. But that's a sign of how physical this game has started and some of the frustration. I mean, when's the last time the Rams had 5 offensive plays and the first quarter's almost over? So they understand. If they didn't get the message from that first drive from the 49ers that this is going to be a physical fistfight.
90 seconds left, first quarter. Stafford to throw. Cooper Kupp. Second grab for Kupp on the night. So Whitworth, on December the 12th, he'll turn 40 years old. The only older player in the NFL is Tom Brady. But when Whitworth was making his NFL debut, that's what Shawn McVay looked like.
That's a great picture.
How about that?
That's a great picture.
Shawn going to be happy about us showing that? Here's Stafford, has time, throws too high and nearly intercepted. Emmanuel Mosley nearly picked off Stafford for the second time.
So we haven't mentioned the name of Ben Skoranek, but here he is, number 18. He's a rookie out of Notre Dame, and he's the one that is going to be charged more so than Odell Beckham with replacing Robert Woods in this game. And that was not his fault by any stretch, but not on the same page with Matthew Stafford, certainly.
3rd and 11. Quick throw is struggled, and it's intercepted. It's Jimmy Ward again. Ward stays on his feet. End zone. Touchdown. Went off the hands of Tyler Higbee, and Jimmy Ward has 2 interceptions in the first quarter tonight. And that's a pick 6 for the 49ers.
Great recognition. Great big-time play by Jimmy Ward, a guy who they needed to show up tonight. Can't show up any better than that.
They run Robbie Gould out for the extra point, and he boots it through.
This was a San Francisco team starved for turnovers. They finally got one in the end zone.
Tonight's aerial coverage is brought to you by Goodyear. 49 seconds left in this first quarter, and San Francisco enjoying a 14-0 lead. 49ers came in with just 2 interceptions on the season, tied with the Jets for the fewest. They've doubled their output already, and Jimmy Ward's got a pair.
Boy, and they need it in such a bad way. Last week, Fred Warner had a fumble he could just fall on. He wasn't able to come up with that. They desperately needed to get those turnovers.
Koski will run up from the 8 for Los Angeles. Dropped at the 25 by Trent Cannon.
Look, in any defensive back room, they'll talk to you about tips and overthrows and that you have to get them. And watch Jimmy Ward here as far as play recognition. Watch him fight across the outside of Cooper Kupp's face, and then he's just in an opportunistic spot where Tyler Higbee just mishandles the throw. That's got to be an easy catch and run for Tyler Higbee, but that's exactly what we're talking about in terms of tips and overthrows. A lot of defensive backs go to Pro Bowls, man, off of plays just like that, and that's what Jimmy Ward has to be for his football team tonight. Be in the right place at the right time, make the big plays.
That's Beckham in motion, top of your screen. Handoff, here's Sony Michel out beyond the 30-yard line, and it's eerily reminiscent of what took place last week in an 11-second span. Matthew Stafford just hands that to the Titans, and then they get back on the field and pick 6. Somewhat similar, that's Byard running it in there, and Stafford took all the heat from last week's loss, finds himself in a somewhat similar place here, late first quarter in Santa Clara.
Yeah, completely uncharacteristic of him a week ago, and now Tyler Higbee responsible for that last one.
Stafford wants to throw. And it's Van Jefferson able to make the grab. Good for 15. And that's how the first quarter will come to an end. All the talk about OBJ and Von Miller. And the Niners lead 14-0. Had the opportunity to spend some time with the men and women from the 101st Airborne Division based out of Fort Campbell, Kentucky. The only air assault division in the U.S. Army, the 101, is one of the most storied units in all the military. Got a rich history dating back to World War II. So we got to fly around Nashville in a CH-47 Chinook with the 101st Combat Aviation Brigade, and that was a really cool day.
Look, that's one of the coolest things I've ever done. I never thought I'd fly in a helicopter with the back opened up, and I'm just sitting there like, oh, we're good.
Right.
It's all good. Hey.
I kept waiting for when are they going to close the back? It doesn't close.
The coolest thing I've ever done. How grateful should we all be?
Yeah.
Thank you to all those men and women that took us up, and thank you to Maddie Castle, our technical director, to set all that up for us. Her husband's in the 101st. Unbelievable experience.
So we open up quarter number 2. Wide open is Cooper Kupp. How's the NFL's leading receiver get that wide open? It's a pickup of 28.
Well, I can tell you how, because Odell Beckham was flashing in front of his face, and this is a 3-deep zone, and whenever 2 wide receivers go through your zone as the flat defender, that's K'Wan Williams has to carry that route, but he was enamored with Odell Beckham, and I can understand why.
Stafford has time to survey. It's Odell Beckham Jr. His second catch of the night. That's for 14.
So I like this. If you're going to go tempo and you have to communicate, leave Odell out wide where you know, hey, listen, these are the routes you're going to run. You're going to run a go route. You're going to run a stop route. You're going to run a comeback like that. Inline vertical routes by himself, not where he's in a bunch and he has to talk to other players. That's how you use Odell Beckham in this game tonight.
At the San Francisco 11 now. Rams trying to answer. Sony Michel for a yard.
We haven't talked much about this defensive line for D'Amico Ryans, but Kevin Givens that time just beats the block of the center, Brian Allen, and Kevin Givens has played some of his best football against these Rams. 2 times a year ago he had some of his best football, and he has to show up tonight up front.
Make no mistake, this defensive line sets the tone for the 49ers. That's Michel all the way split left, top of your screen. Second down and 9. Stafford has time, throwing, and it's through the hands of Skoranek, the rookie out of Notre Dame. Third down.
Fred Warner, the middle linebacker, just watch how perfectly he plays this out and up. He's going to try and get him what they call a stick nod, right? Stick, go upfield, and you see he never bites on the stick, on the outbreak, and then you're going to see him. If he was in good position, maybe a better throw, that's a touchdown. But that's a good job in terms of route recognition by Fred Warner. That's just how you have to play it.
Stafford's been high on a couple of throws here early.
3rd and 9. Can still get a first down. Niners rush 4. Stafford throws, it is caught. It's Tyler Higbee, and the signal for the touchdown. The Rams are on the board. Higbee, who bobbled, leading to the pick 6, comes down with that one for the touchdown.
Once again, Fred Warner right here at the point of attack. What he does, he gets boxed out at the goal line. If you get caught behind tight ends in this league at the goal line and they catch it, it's going to be a touchdown. You have to find a way to work your way around and front the wide receiver, get between him and the quarterback. Otherwise, it's going to be 6.
Yeah, you can do what you want defensively there. You're not going to beat that throw and that catch. That accuracy from Stafford on a big body like Higbee, that is not defensible.
Yep, the only way you can, you got to get between quarterback and receiver.
Matt Gay has the extra point.
What an answer there when they had to have it. All the momentum going with the 49ers, and you see a steely resolve from the quarterback and his tight end.
Wrap up week 10 here tonight, and this is already the final home divisional game for the 49ers. And they are 0-3 in the division to this point. See if Trenton Cannon gets an opportunity. A couple yards deep in the end zone, and he'll run it out. Across the 20, across the 30. And out to about the 37-yard line, and flags come in. See if they got a face mask. Maybe a hold.
During the return, holding, receiving team number 82. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
See Ross Dwelly.
Hi, John Parry. How are you tonight?
I'm well. How are you?
Anything to add there?
Nah.
You're good. All right. We'll get back to you shortly then.
Thank you, John. Appreciate that.
Three-time Super Bowl official, John Parry in the house. Niners right back to the running game with Elijah Mitchell. He'll pick up 8 there. Rams have had 3 possessions and have run 15 plays. For the Niners, this is their second possession, and they've run 19 plays.
We talked with Kyle Shanahan about Elijah Mitchell, and you know he was not the highest drafted rookie on this roster. That was Trey Sermon. They took Elijah Mitchell in the 6th round, but he has become the starting tailback for this 49ers. And when you talk to him, he said, listen, this kid has no filter. He hits the hole hard. He runs bigger than he actually is. He's listed at 5'10", 200 pounds, but he keeps his legs moving, and he has no fear whatsoever, and he's become an outstanding back in his rookie year.
On the 3rd day of the draft, when they selected him, I sat on the set in Cleveland and said, he will be the steal of the draft for the 49ers. This young man in college, I mean, he's 4'3" in the 40. He's built compact, low to the ground. Everybody just raves about his toughness and his maturity, his yardage after contact. I can tell you this, the safeties of the Rams tonight, they'll get to know him. Taylor Rapp already just introduced himself. They'll get to know him.
3rd and 2. Flags come in. Like Leonard Floyd jumped.
Boy, Aaron Donald jumped all over the back, too.
Offside. Defense number 54. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Second time Garoppolo's gotten him so far.
This is smart by Jimmy Garoppolo, because when you have a defensive line this athletic, and Aaron Donald loves to jump on snap counts, use your hard count. Use all of your abilities as a quarterback against the defense, and he's got him twice already.
Fresh set of downs from their own 22, leading 14-7. It is Mitchell. He'll get a yard. Miller will make the stop. Can we go back to Elijah Mitchell for a second? So, guys, he's a big back or he's not a big back, right? That seemed to be the conversation.
Why can't he be both?
Well, don't you have to be one or the
big
other?
Big and fast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know what they said when you see him in person,
right.
He's not imposing, but his lower body, I mean, you can see it right here on your screen in the huddle. Big hamstrings, big calves, great center of gravity, good balance, and he's got home run speed. Look, we've seen big backs. We've seen Jonathan Taylor already this year. Once he gets out in the open, he can take it the distance. Well, Elijah's 4'3", so if he gets in the open field, it's going to be a tough task to track him down.
2nd and 9. Jimmy to throw and complete. It is George Kittle for another first down. Gain of 10.
I don't think Kyle Shanahan's going to ask a lot of Jimmy Garoppolo tonight. We know the run game. Hey, give me a couple of completions underneath. And I know Kyle Shanahan considers that a run right there. Get the ball in Kittle's hands, in Deebo Samuel's hands, and let them punish this secondary for the Rams. That's exactly what Kyle Shanahan is thinking right now.
4 catches for Kittle, 43 yards, and he has the touchdown.
That Oscar is changing which way they're going to run the football. Away from 99.
Jeff Wilson, as they change it up. 49ers, this sounds rather obvious. I mean, they're just a different team when George Kittle is in the lineup. Kittle actually injured his calf week 1, tried to play through it. missed weeks 5 and 7 and 8. They had a bye week in the middle, but he's missed 3 games so far this season, and you see the difference. But that would be the case with any star tight end around the NFL.
Well,
quarterbacks love their tight ends.
It is a little bit different, though, because it's not just the passing game. It's the run game, too, with Kittle. He's the most physical in the run game in the National Football League from that position.
2nd and 4. Here's Wilson. Changed direction. Troy Reeder made the stop. So Reeder got into the starting lineup for the Rams after the trade of Kenny Young to the Denver Broncos. That was some financial constraints, but that opened up the line of communication for Los Angeles and Denver, and eventually also helped lead to the Von Miller trade.
Which we're going to have to keep an eye on how many snaps Von Miller plays. He's coming off that ankle, and this isn't going to be a pass rushing game, it doesn't look like. So he's going to be using force on the edge in this run game.
4 for 4 on 3rd down conversions. 3rd and 2. And let's see.
False start. Offense number 75. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
It's Lake and Tomlinson. You don't want to be in these 3rd and longs. I mean, 3rd and 3 is much different than 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7, and they can run the ball. Now you get into pass rush situations, and this is where Rams faithful want to see 99 and 40 on the same side of the field rushing the passer. They're right here.
And here they come on 3rd and 7. Garoppolo had the pressure. It is caught. Samuel went up to get it. And he's to the LA 45, pick up a 20.
Give credit to this offensive line. Compton and Brunskill give Garoppolo just enough time to get rid of it.
Yeah, and give Garoppolo credit for standing in there when he sees those 2 hunters coming down the pike on him. And that's just a nice completion right there on the wide receiver screen to Deebo Samuel coming just back inside. That's just more of a smash route, not necessarily a screen, but that's the catch and run type of stuff they love to do with Deebo Samuel.
And now with those 2 guys off the field, I might go up tempo to keep them off the field. Don't let them substitute.
Mitchell squeezes through the hole, has the 1st down. Pick up a 13 down to the 31.
These inside zone runs are just right now giving the Rams all kinds of fits. Defensive linemen can't get off the block. When they are able to get a hand on Elijah Mitchell, you see right there the lower body strength and the power to run through arm tackles. You're not going to bring this young man down that way. And this is why Kyle Shanahan has made him his #1 back.
6-minute drive.
So Raheem Morris is going to make an adjustment. Look at 4 defensive linemen in now. You got outside linebackers. That's the adjustment he's making. Yeah, it's going to be hard to run the ball against that front. But right off the bat, you see Raheem Morris understands he has a problem.
Yeah, this is usually their short yardage configuration. They're still doing it against 11 personnel.
Yeah.
Which he said, you know what? Enough's enough. Can't take it.
Well, I asked him, hey, man, you know what's coming. Because he coached with Kyle Shanahan in Atlanta. He knows everything about Kyle Shanahan and this offense and how they were going to attack. Raheem Morris was the defensive coordinator for the Falcons 2 years ago when they played against Kyle Shanahan. He knows what's coming. He's got to try a lot of different things to try to stop it.
20 rushes already for the 49ers. They're halfway to the 40 you mentioned, Grease. On the money, Ayuk trying to stay on his feet, and he's inside the 10. And you see the frustration from Jalen Ramsey. That's good for 21.
Watch Brandon Ayuk right here, who now has become a big-time playmaker in the recent weeks after Kyle Shanahan had a conversation with him. And you see right here the pace and the tempo with which this young man is playing now. Now it's not just the short catches and go down, it's the run after the catch. Channeling his inner Deebo Samuel. That's exactly what they expect out of him. And he's delivering.
#1 yards after catch for Samuel in the NFL. On 1st down and goal, Samuel takes the handoff out of the backfield and into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers.
That's his great vision by Deebo Samuel. And watch how he bops that out the backside. And did you see the block by Brandon Ayuk right there at the point of attack as he came down and made that second level block? That's teamwork. That's what this team is all about. It's all about the physicality and the work and the precision. We talked about it in the open. They're living up to it so far in this game.
49ers have a couple of long touchdown drives. One they started from their 7. One they started from their 9. 5th drive of 90-plus yards this year, including 2 tonight. Building on that Rams sideline.
Yeah, listen, we talked about the physicality of this game, and Jalen Ramsey right there, he understands this Rams defense, they want to play the pass. They want to get after you, allow Aaron Donald and Von Miller to rush. That's what they want to do. They don't want to sit back there and have to tackle big backs and tight ends coming after them, and so they got to get their mind right on that sideline, Lewis.
Yeah, I think there's no question that you're going to have to go with 4 down, 4 bigs on the defensive line, 2 outside line. You're going to have to make sure that at all costs you shut down this running game and try to turn the tide, because right now, you're right. Look, they've got them on their heels. They've got them on their heels, and that's exactly what the plan was.
Koski trying to return it. A short Wisnowski kickoff. We're back in 30 seconds after this word from T-Mobile.
We're getting the story out there. We need a plan.
I have a plan. Right now, at T-Mobile, customers on Magenta Max can get the new iPhone 13 Pro, and T-Mobile will pay for it.
It has the most advanced iPhone camera ever.
I'm talking new customers. I'm talking existing customers like Ronald.
The new iPhone on T-Mobile. Let's do it!
New and existing customers can upgrade to the iPhone 13 Pro on us on our most popular plan, Magenta Max.
Do we have a plan for the second half?
Nah, we're going to get creamed. But we'll be on T-Mobile.
Among the many storylines of the game, 49ers being 5 for 5 on 3rd down conversions, and that leads to ball control, staying on the field.
I think the Rams need to start running the football a little bit, give their defense a break.
From the 21, they do in fact run with Dyrol Henderson. Warner the stop.
So if you're Sean McVay, you know, you got to settle the water here, and the run game will do that for you. It'll protect Matthew Stafford a little bit and take the air out of the ball here. His goal right now, I guarantee, is to make this a 1-score game before halftime and get his defense a rest.
Stafford throwing on the run, able to complete. It's Skoranek. Pickup of 8, his first grab.
I really like the Rams passing game from under center. When Matthew Stafford is under center and they have the play action game going for them, that's something I think they do as well as anyone. Obviously, the 49ers do it as well as anyone as well. And it puts the secondary and it puts the defensive line on notice, and they can't just tee off. So I think they need to put them under center a little bit more. As you said, Greaves, run the football and utilize the play action in the boot game to slow down this defensive line.
Play action. Stafford across the middle. Van Jefferson, the knee looks just fine.
And that's exactly what we're talking about. The play action passing game. You're going to watch Van Jefferson right here just come across the field off of the play action pass fake. And you just see Emmanuel Mosley trying to chase it down. Single safety in the middle, trying to chase it down from outside in. And that's a tough ask, especially off of the play action like that.
33 yards on the last play. Stafford for Kupp to the 30, 4th catch. Pick up a 5 there. Nobody plays in more 3 wide receiver sets than the LA Rams do. And again, the injury to Robert Woods, now with OBJ.
You can almost feel the conflict from Sean McVay. It almost pains me up here to watch him get into a huddle because he doesn't want to do that. He wants to be at the line of scrimmage. He wants to use tempo. He wants to allow Matthew Stafford to call it at the line of scrimmage, but he can't because he has to tell Odell what to do in the huddle. and it changes their entire flow.
Send Cup in motion and hand it to Henderson. Able to cut it back. Inside the 20 is Dyrol Henderson. Gain of 11.
And they're going to use Skoranek in the run game as well. Watch him come back around and be the lead blocker for Henderson. And Sean McVay saying, Kyle Shanahan, you're not the only one that can use these wide receivers blocking in the run game.
What I do like is that Shawn is going back to some of his roots. He's saying, okay, you know what? I can't put my quarterback back in gun. I can't go tempo because I have this new wide receiver. I'm going to get up at the line of scrimmage, and I'm going to run this football, and I'm going to play action you. I'm going to do exactly what you're doing to me. And it looks like it's working.
Don't have to snap it. 2-minute warning.
Oh, Matt didn't see the 2-minute warning. He wanted to run that play.
2-minute warning.
All the glitz and glamour of the Rams. It's the 49ers with the lead tonight. AA Insurance halftime. Adam Schefter's insider update on Kyler Murray and Baker Mayfield. And it's a sneak peek at the first episode of Man in the Arena. Tom Brady's first-hand account of each of his 10 Super Bowl seasons, all coming up at halftime.
Got man-to-man coverage from the 49ers, and Jimmy Ward locked up on Cooper Kupp.
Stay with the ground game to Darrell Henderson. Azeez Al-Shire made the stop for San Francisco. Speaking about that update on Kyler Murray, these 49ers took a lot of heat for losing at home last week. No Kyler, no DeAndre Hopkins, and the Cardinals came in and really took care of him. Flags fly.
Oh, Brian Allen, the center, tried to snap it and never came off the ground, and he just picked it up himself.
That's an illegal snap. Can't do that.
Well, he's had an issue with his right elbow, and he snaps right-handed, and I wonder if that affected him. He didn't practice a whole lot this week. You see that big brace. It's hard living in the middle of that line. Take a look. The ball never comes. Yeah, it just slipped out of his hand.
This could be the dreaded 10-second runoff scenario, too. Let's see.
False start, offense, number 55. Foul occurred under 2 minutes. By rule, this requires a 10-second runoff while the clock was running. Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 1:25. The clock will start on my whistle.
The dreaded 10-second runoff. That and the untimed down, among my favorites.
See if the Niners decide. They were playing man-to-man coverage. Now they're going to have K'Wan Wallace come over on Cooper Kupp. Here's Wallace. To me, that says zone. If they're going to play man, they're going to play it with Jimmy Ward.
That's the back Henderson split out top of your screen. Set it up for Higbee, and he's knocked down in the backfield for a loss. It's Al-Shire again for a loss of 2. Under a minute. Both teams have their full complement of timeouts.
Just nice play recognition by Al-Shire. Recognizing the screen, making his way through traffic. But both him and Fred Warner have showed up tonight. They were challenged to be those guys in the middle that are going to be in conflict with the team who uses as much play action and screen. Doing a nice job.
Now you need pass rush. Where's Bosa, Armstead? They're on the same side of the field.
3rd and 13. Stafford for Henderson. And again, it's Al-Shire. Another stop, pick up a 5. Clock winds 4th down and a timeout.
Al-Shire is flying around the football field. Drake Greenlaw, starting linebacker at the beginning of the year, had core surgery. Here he is right here. Just watch the speed. Recognition. You want to force that ball to be thrown and then come up, rally, and tackle on your track, and then swarm to the football. That's really well done.
D'Amico Ryan's a big fan of Al-Shire. said he's smart and versatile. You mentioned the loss of Greenlaw, able to plug in a guy like Aziz Al-Shire, third-year player out of FAU.
And they're going to get Greenlaw back. You know, he had that surgery, but he just started practicing, so they'll get some reserves back.
Yeah, no question. Look, speaking of D'Amico Ryans, you're not going to find a smarter individual. He's one of the smartest linebackers that I've ever been around that have played this game. You know he's got those guys on the second level coached up. And they have responded to the challenge tonight.
Here's Matt Gay from 35. It's a fake. Hecker can throw, and he does. Able to complete. Went to Kendall Blanton. And DJ Jones comes up. He wasn't fooled at all.
Unbelievable play from DJ Jones.
Watch him come out of the rush in the middle of the field and track this down on the perimeter.
That's like a
That's beautiful, big man. Beautiful.
Time for tonight's Fueled Up moment, brought to you by Campbell's Chunky Soup. Since 2012, nobody fake kicks more than these Rams. And Johnny Hecker will make the throw.
Watch DJ Jones, though. Sorry, bud. I got to get it fired up for my man DJ Jones. Talk about fueled up and fired up. That's an unbelievable play.
6 feet, 305-pound DJ Jones.
Picking him up and putting him down.
Get yourself a Gatorade, big man.
Yes.
Get yourself a Gatorade.
And can dunk a basketball and make a play. How about this first half? The 49ers lead. Stay tuned for the USAA Insurance Halftime next.
USA, this is Stephanie.
Hi, this is Robert. I'd like to get up to 30% off my auto insurance with Safe Pilot.
I can help you with that. What's your member number?
87.
It should be between 5 and 12 digits.
Busted. This is Super Bowl champion Rob Gronkowski. I'm not a member.
Mr. Gronkowski, USAA is for the military community and their families. That's what makes us special.
Oh, but I'm special.
USAA, it's still only for the military community.
USAA, an official insurance sponsor.
And it's intercepted as Jimmy Ward again. And that's a pick six. Stafford throws. The Rams are on the board. Samuel into the end zone.
Stars all over the football field tonight.
Coming out of halftime. Back in Santa Clara, the 49ers enjoying a 21-7 lead over their rivals from Los Angeles. Time now for our Taco Bell third quarter reset.
Yeah, and this is going to get you ready for the third quarter. More of the run game for the 49ers. The plan from Kyle Shanahan was to use a lot of different pieces. You see Jeff Wilson coming in motion and getting a motion double team with Kittle. That gets Deebo Samuel the running game. Now you switch roles, and you're going to have Deebo come around, give the ball to Wilson, have a kick out from Kittle. That's the complementary. Then you get down in the red zone and you're going to use Wilson to block, give the ball to Deebo Samuel. Look at the vision of Deebo to go to a weak side. They have put a lot of pressure on this secondary of the Rams to come up and tackle. So far, they haven't been able to do it. It's not about the yards. They're only 89 yards rushing in the first half, but they controlled the game.
See some of the numbers. Jimmy's only thrown it 8 times. He's completed all 8. But it has been in the rushing dominance. The Niners, 14 rushes on first down. They did not throw the ball a single time on first down. The only other team in the last 3 years to not throw a first down pass in the first half was the Broncos last year. Wait for it. That was the Kendall Hinton game.
Oh, yeah.
Technically started by Philip Lindsay. And a really short kick. And good field position to start. And so the San Francisco 49ers, they had a total of 2 possessions in the first half. 2 possessions. They had the pick 6 and enjoying a 14-point lead, Lewis.
Yeah, I think what they're doing right now, emphasizing this running game, they're keeping Jimmy Garoppolo out of trouble. They're 5 for 5 on third down. Why is that? Because their average distance to go on third down is just under 5 yards. During the season, it's been just around 8 yards on third down that they've had to go to get a first down. Perfect game plan, perfect execution, keeping the quarterback out of trouble, emphasizing the run game.
I'm looking forward to seeing how this Rams defense responds. This is not the kind of game that they want to play, but it's the kind of game they're going to have to play.
23rd rush of the night, that from Elijah Mitchell. And a big play. to open up the half. Down to Lisa Salters.
Steve, impose their will. That's what Kyle Shanahan said his team needed to do, and that's what they did in that first half. He said we ran the ball well, we played with physicality, we got the turnovers, but he said there's a lot of ball left. We've got to start this second half by going down the field and scoring again.
Elijah Mitchell, Lisa, is halfway to 100 yards, already has 3 100-yard games this season. That ties a Niners rookie record. Leonard Floyd the stop. Ties Billy Kilmer's record. Now, I remember Billy as a quarterback for Washington. Started his career as a running back with the 49ers.
I'll tell you what's got to be demoralizing for the Rams in the first 2 plays already. We talked about the fact that they would change their fronts up, put bigger people in. They had 4 bigs, 2 outside linebackers, and they still got gashed.
Well, Leonard Floyd came inside, right?
Exactly. That's not a good sign, though. That's not a good sign to start off coming right out of the gate.
He's checking motion. Mitchell will follow, and he's taken down for a loss. Troy Reeder comes up, makes the play for Los Angeles.
Well, this is one thing that you can do. You can fire these linebackers. Watch him come with the motion and then fire. This is the same exact play over and over, and he just gets past Brunskill, 60, the guard there, and gets in the backfield for a tackle for loss.
Yeah, when the ball handling and the backfield action isn't as complicated, and it's a nice, quick, simple read, it's a lot easier to come downhill and insert against the run with some authority. Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to get a whole lot of that.
Well, here's a 3rd and long, Lewis. You were just talking about that. Feels like a big play to start the 3rd quarter. Garoppolo under attack, can't get out of there. Going to be tripped up and taken down by Taylor Rapp. First sack of the night.
Yeah, and the first mistake from Jimmy Garoppolo. You cannot hold the ball on 3rd down. I want you to watch this out route. This is where the ball should go. This ball's got to come out on time against Aaron Donald right there. That's the first down. And if you hold it, you're going to get sacked. There's no question about it.
12:34 to go in the 3rd quarter. Here's our first punt of the night. Mitch Wisnowski. Excellent hang time. And the fair catch from J.J. Koski. It's a 41-yard punt. See what halftime adjustments the Rams have made to take to the field with their offense.
Sean McVay told me that he told his guys in the locker room at halftime, hey, this is just a 2-possession game. We've got to chip away at this a little bit at a time. I asked him about the challenge of not having Robert Woods and how difficult it is trying to incorporate Odell Beckham Jr. into the offense. And he said it really hasn't been a challenge at all. He said we had those 2 turnovers, but other than that, we've moved the ball well. Steve?
McVay said of Woods, he is one of the heartbeats of our team. A heartbeat that is missing now for the rest of the way. Stafford for Henderson. Rocked by Emmanuel Mosley. Give him 1. Stafford hit his last 6 to close out the first half. And tack on that one.
Yeah, and give credit to Sean McVay. He is not going to make an excuse out of this. You know, despite the fact that Robert Woods, they lost him late in the week, and it was difficult preparation, having to change all kinds of strategy, what they couldn't do without Woods, and then inserting Odell. He's not going to use it as an excuse.
Beckham's been in for 12 offensive snaps so far tonight. Here's Henderson. And he's met by Alshire. Azeez Alshire having himself a night.
Watch Alshire come up over the top on this one. Watch him scrape and fill and smack this running back. That's how you come. That's how you're supposed to come and enter into contact. I tell you what, if we can hear it up here, you know it's twice as good down there on the field.
Love that.
3rd and 5. Getting loud at Levi Stadium. Stafford to throw. And it's knocked away. Hufanga got there. Perfect timing to meet Darrell Henderson when the ball arrived.
Just watch Hufanga out here on the corner. Watch him anticipate where this route is going to come. Watch the path he takes over the top. Meet the ball at the contact point. for a young rookie, that's as good as it gets as far as route recognition, play recognition, what you could get as far as the kind of route combinations, anticipate and go. Nice play by the youngster.
Last time we saw Johnny Hekker, he was throwing the football. Now he'll punt it. Ayuk will run up and make the fair catch. Just a 37-yard punt for Hekker. A three-time Defensive Player of the Year. Miller won the Super Bowl MVP with Denver, actually right here. They have 9 All-Pro selections between them. They've racked up major sack numbers in their career, and they must be asking themselves, did we just become best friends? All right, guys, on a count of 3, name your favorite dinosaur. Don't even think about it. Just do it. 1, 2, 3.
Velociraptor. How was that?
Oh, we only rehearsed that 7 or 8 times. So the bunk beds were a terrible idea. Why would you let us do that?
Oh, man. Will Ferrell, what a movie.
Flags come. Let's see if Kittle moved.
I tell you, there's no quarterbacks laughing about these two being on the same team.
No.
Offense number 85. 5-yard penalty.
False start from Kittle there. All seriousness, you know, Von Miller, I'm from Denver. I'm a former Bronco. We're going to miss him in Denver. But I know everybody in Broncos country thanks him for his time. The way that he went out, the respect that he paid to the town. I don't think there's anybody in Denver that has a bad thing to say about Von Miller leaving and the opportunity that he has here. And you could tell the emotion that it brought out in him and how he had to leave. Just a special player and will always be a part of Denver's heart.
Garoppolo, quick throw. It's Ayuk for the short gain. Here's Lisa.
Steve, Von Miller said that he cried in George Patton's office when Patton told him that he had been traded. He said his feelings were hurt. He was really just sad. But then he said the reality of it all just set in and he started to feel better. He said seeing himself in yellow and blue has been weird. But Aaron Donald and Leonard Floyd and Jalen Ramsey and Matthew Stafford being on the field with these guys, he said that feels extremely right.
Said he went to bed 4-4, woke up 7-1. But I get it. It must be mixed emotions in Denver, the face of the Broncos for a long time. And how many outside linebackers are the face of their NFL team? Jawan Jennings on the receiving end, and Jordan Fuller's had enough of that.
Well,
stop.
And you mentioned it. This field right here was where he had his greatest moment in Super Bowl 50. The MVP being Von Miller and 2 sacks. We all remember the sack of Cam Newton recovered by Malik Jackson, scores a touchdown. They win that game, and he will always be remembered for that.
Been a lot of talk about uniform numbers, too. Von went back to 40, his college number. Had to ask the family of Elroy Crazy Legs Hirsch, the Hall of Famer. Got his blessing, the family's blessing, wearing number 40 in L.A. Samuel came out of the traffic and made the grab. 2 Rams converged on him, and he makes the catch for 19.
Just watch how Debo just hooks up here, right in here in this little void. And then watch the shot he takes from Fuller and just bounces off of it. It's like, get out of here, little man. I'm going to run after the catch because I'm the baddest cat in the NFL when it comes to run after the catch.
He really is.
That's incredible right there in terms of his balance, his strength, his competitiveness. And when we talked to him the other day, you could just see he was all about business for this football game, and he has come to play tonight.
He has owned the Rams. I mean, he's done this for 3 years.
Sherfield goes in motion. Wilson gets the football. He'll get sent flying back by Leonard Floyd. See the most receiving yards through 8 games in 49ers history. When you pass Jerry Rice, you've done something. And this is where he really stars. The yards after catch, most by a wide receiver in the NFL, and it's not even close. Debo Samuel making plays, and I'm not sure he gets enough attention nationally.
There's no question he doesn't. I mean,
he's second in receiving in the league behind only Cooper Kupp.
But it's more than just the receptions. Look, he's in the backfield for like the 6th or 7th time running the ball from the backfield tonight. He's a tone setter.
And there he is, trying to set some more of that tone. Donald gang tackles along with Floyd.
Well, what did Kyle tell us? He said it's got to be a Debo type of game.
Yeah.
We're going to be snatching chains.
Snatching chains. And stealing bikes.
That's right. And you know what? They've done it.
Yeah, where's our cartoon from the movie Friday?
I love when he said that, too. He said
the nickname Debo is from that bully character from the movie Friday. He said his dad named him that, or nicknamed him that, because he was always taking things from people as a toddler. Taking a chain, taking a bicycle. This is a Debo kind of game. He's all business tonight. 3rd and 2. Wilson's got the first down. Authoritative running by the 49ers here tonight.
Just reestablishing the line of scrimmage. Watch these guys up front. When they come off the ball and they reestablish this line, and Jeff Wilson doesn't get touched till he gets the first down. This is an impressive. There's something to be said about, there's a team in the Rams that knows exactly what you're going to do. You're going to run the ball. And even though they know it, you can't stop it. And now you see Leonard Floyd starting to get a little gimpy, and it's starting to wear on this defense in the second half.
At some point from under center here, the shot play has to come. Take a shot over the top.
Slow developing play. That looked like some kind of mistake.
Yeah, it looks
Lost
like
at 6.
The center snapped the ball before he was supposed to, because nobody else moved. And that's the only way that the Rams have been able to stop this run game, is to have Alex Mack not know the snap count. There he is. Watch, when the center snaps it and nobody else moves, you take it.
He had that look on his face, didn't he? He's like, I don't want this.
Hey, and for all we're talking about the running game, Garoppolo has been perfect. He's 11 for 11 tonight. 2nd and 16 now. Got one to snap it, get it away. Garoppolo, flag came in. Jeff Wilson and Ramsey to stop. Check the marker. Again, Shawn Smith, our referee tonight.
Boy, this is not going to make Kyle happy. Get down here in a position to make this a 3-score game, and you have a mistake from the center, and then you have an illegal shift, and you push yourself out of field goal range.
Illegal shift, offense. The receiver never set prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty. Replay, 2nd down.
These were just the kind of situations, you're right. In the first half, they were avoiding. The average yards to go on 3rd down was very, very manageable. They were converting 5 for 5 in the first half. This is the kind of situation that the Rams have to use to their advantage. They need possessions, and they need field position. They got to make sure they capitalize on these mistakes.
Well, Jimmy needs to manage this situation from the quarterback position. You're looking for a field goal here at 2nd and 21.
From the 39 of LA, Garoppolo throwing. It's Kittle. His 5th catch. Give him 7. And you're in 3rd and long.
This is where now, Steve, you talked about the fact that they have all pros at all 3 levels on this defense. Somebody has to show up now. For the Rams, somebody has to show up. You have all this star power. You have all these guys who are very unique talents. Look, I mean, Von Miller, one of the greatest pass rushers ever. Aaron Donald, one of the greatest D3 techniques ever. Jalen Ramsey, highly paid, an absolute do-it-all defensive back. Somebody has to come up with a big play.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let you do that. I'm going to throw a bubble screen or something like that. I'm not going to mess around, or a slow screen, maybe to Kittle.
50-yard field goal from here. And Garoppolo just throw that away.
That's exactly what he was trying to do. Get a screen to Kittle. Like, you're not going to mess around 3rd and 14 with Aaron Donald, and that was the right call, but it was really well played by the Rams and knowing it was coming.
Yep. That's exactly what they needed now. Make it a difficult shot, 50 yards. Not a gimme by any means.
Off the first incompletion of the night from Garoppolo, here's Robbie Gould. His longest kick this season is 52. This from an even 50 on the way. And it is well beyond the crossbar.
There we go.
Not even close.
There we go.
Had that one by a mile. We're back in business, and we're back after this. Debuts tomorrow on ESPN+. Tom will look at the games, the moments, and the people that have shaped his life, help make him the man he is today. And it all starts tomorrow with that Super Bowl 36 season. A new episode will be available every Tuesday on ESPN+. And we'll see Tom next week, the Bucs and the Giants.
Let's go back and take a look at Odell Beckham, our #1 story coming in. How are they using him? Well, they're using him as a diversion here to open up for Cooper Kupp. I think this is smart by Sean McVay. Get a seam ball up the sideline and then give him some individual routes because he knows exactly how to run these routes. He's done them a long time. And then use him as a decoy again to bring the over route over the top. They have to have him to get back in this game down 3 scores, and they need to start right now.
Stafford wants to throw, cross the middle. It was behind Skoranek, and Fred Warner nearly got his hands on it. San Francisco's been waiting for Warner to make the big defensive play.
Just watch Fred Warner sitting right here, though. Look, he said, look, I need to get to my spots, and then I need to understand what routes are coming in behind me. He can feel that route coming in behind him. He reads Stafford's eyes, and Stafford's one of the toughest to read because this guy will look you off, and he will throw it totally in a different direction. That's an all-pro type of play. That's what Fred Warner needed to do tonight.
Came in the team with just 5 takeaways all season, tied with the Jags for the fewest. They've had some opportunities, 2 interceptions of Stafford tonight. Back to the ground. Just the 8th running play for the Rams tonight. Sony Michel picks up 7.
Look, man, I know we keep talking about these defenders and how physical they're playing, but look, Fred Warner once again, man, just watch this. Watch the hit. And this won't do it any justice as far as just how physical this was. He put it on him. When you turn a running back's head sideways like that, you know you're doing something.
Huge third down here. They need to find Cooper Kupp. He's matched up one-on-one with Jimmy Ward in the slot.
Third and 4, some pressure by the Niners. It's behind Kupp and juggled, incomplete, and it's 4th down. And Jimmy Ward's in the backfield celebrating.
The Rams are out of sorts. They are out of sorts. You know, you get Stafford who almost throws an interception on the first snap, and Cooper Kupp doesn't drop balls. I mean, that's a great route. We've seen him do that so often. That was a huge third down. To come out here after that, going down 3 scores and go 3 and out, lost any momentum.
Would have had enough for the first down. 2nd straight 3 and out for the Rams. And Hecker's back to punt. And fair catch signaled for by Ayuk. 42-yard punt. 24-7 Niners, and they've got the football.
Secret sauce to the Niners and why they've beaten this team 4 times in a row. It's about physicality, and look at these physical plays, both offense and defense so far in this game.
Look, we do a lot of X's and O's and trying to explain why certain things happen as far as schematic advantages. This has nothing to do with that. This has to do with the mentality that has been drummed into this team's head all week long. It's one of the first things Kyle said to me when we talked. And look, Sean McVay knew that this was going to happen.
Yep.
He knew this was going to be the approach, and he said we were ready for it. Aaron Donald said they were ready for it. It doesn't look like they're ready for it.
30th rushing play of the night. Jeff Wilson, so ahead of the pace on their way to 40 potentially.
Well, the real question is, how are the Rams going to respond to this? How are they going to respond here in the 4th quarter, especially defensively? Now that they've been on the field, the time of possession is 2-1. So this defense is going to wear down. And so how are they going to respond? And then how are they going to respond for the rest of the season now that they're putting this on tape is a question as well.
Hey, they have some guys with tremendous DNA on that side of the ball.
Yes.
And as we said a couple series ago, somebody has to make a play. If they're going to run the football, you got to punch at the ball. You got to get more possessions for your offense.
Pitch it to Samuel. Stuck in the backfield. Flag comes in. Jalen Ramsey grabs him down. Couple of markers out there. Clock stopped, 2:54 left, third quarter.
Well, I know one guy that's going to respond. That's Von Miller. And everybody talks about Von Miller rushing a passer, but Von also plays the run, and he's physical, and that time he said enough. He took the tight end and drove him back into the backfield.
There's fouls by each team on the play. Holding, offense number 89. Personal foul, face mask, defense number 5. Those fouls offset, replay, second down.
Charlie Warner is the tight end, and here's Von Miller. And watch Von just say, enough is enough. I'm going to be physical, and I'm not going to let you run that ball outside. And he pushes him back, then gets the hold. And then Ramsey, unfortunately for the Rams, got the get a face mask there at the end.
Yeah, you see him, when he was on the ground.
That's more mouth guard than face mask. It's attached. Second down and 7. Garoppolo got it out quickly, and Ramsey never nearly picked that off. Yep. Wanted Ayuk. Miller's missed the last couple of games, missed the last game with the Broncos, missed last week with the Rams.
Watch how Jalen buzzes underneath this quick out. Yep. He gets his hands in good position. That's the kind of turnover you need. That's the kind of game-changing turnover where you force the 49ers defense into a sudden change situation that they need. I mean, it's great to break it up and get the third down, but they need turnovers. They need the ball in their hands.
Third down and 7. Niners 7 of 9 on their conversions tonight. Garoppolo finds a window for Samuel. First down, San Francisco, gain of 11.
First thing you got to do on third downs is take care of Aaron Donald. He's going to loop in. Watch this protection up front. They slide to him. He's not able to get there on time. And then look at the strong hands of Deebo Samuel. David Long Jr., no chance. And again, Deebo Samuel makes plays.
You know, we have not mentioned all night, not once for San Francisco, Trey Lance. And you know why? Because Jimmy Garoppolo is managing this game perfectly to this point. Lance keeps waiting for his turn. He seems to be a major story every week. When will his turn come? Not while the Niners are winning. Not while Garoppolo's playing well. Jennings unable to bring that one down. And Ramsey's trying to take this game over from an LA standpoint.
This is a great job by Jalen Ramsey of closing all the way across the field from outside leverage. Just watch this closing speed right here on Jennings. That is hard to do, folks. That is hard to do when you're chasing somebody down outside in across the field. That's all pro ability right there. That's why he's the top corner in the NFL.
How does he put the mouthpiece in when he has his mouth covered up? I haven't figured that one out yet.
Second down and 10. They got the timeout. Zero's on the play clock.
San Francisco.
I love the mouthpiece just dangling there, and he's got the mask on.
Doesn't do any good. It's not protecting anything. Just leave it hanging out there. We'll be right back. Up to Tampa next Monday. See Tom and the Buccaneers coming off a loss. Giants come out of their bye. By all accounts, sounds like Saquon Barkley will be back for next Monday night. Should be a good one. Talk to you from Tampa. Coming up on the final minute and a half, third quarter. Pretty dominant effort tonight by the 49ers. That's Elijah Mitchell. For 4, Terrell Lewis makes the stop for the Rams.
We haven't talked a whole lot tonight about Big Trent Williams, the left tackle for these 49ers, but he has been moving people up front, and there's nobody better, in my opinion, in the National Football League than Trent Williams. At his size, 320 pounds, he can move like a linebacker. Rare combination.
Pressure coming. Garoppolo unloaded it and missed his mark. Greg Gaines was coming at him, put the lick on him. Not sure how many times Garoppolo's hit the turf tonight. Hasn't been much.
That's the stop that the Rams defense needed.
That's a nice job of situational awareness by the Rams. George Kittle outside in the formation. Darius Williams with a nice play.
Wisnowski, just his second punt of the night. Bobbled momentarily. We're back in 15 seconds after this intruder.
He's facing a tough decision here, Jim. The tension is mounting. Go for 2.
Truly hard seltzer. Go for 2.
Final minute of play, third quarter. 3-possession kind of game, 24-7 San Francisco. Need to see some urgency out of the Rams on offense. They are backed up. Their worst starting field position of the night. They'll start from their own 9. And it seems like every time the Niners get the football, it's these churning, time-consuming drives.
Look, I think it's dangerous sledding in between the numbers attacking the middle of the field. They got to start attacking the perimeter. They got to get after Josh Norman. They got to test him and see if they can get something outside going on.
Stafford, Cooper Kupp to the 15, gain of 6.
Well, they've had some success on the inside, but Fred Warner has come close to picking the ball off. Hufanga's had a big hit. Alshire has had big hits.
They're going to go up-tempo, and that means Odell's got to be on the sideline.
Stafford trying to get out of there. And he's just able to get rid of it to Henderson. So it's still a loss, just not as big a loss. Nick Bosa, haven't mentioned his name much.
Watch here, Bosa and Armstead. Just look at these two guys. These guys are beasts. I mean, you got holding penalties going on. You guys, Havenstein's out there just trying to survive. These guys, they rush off of that left side, the offensive right, as well as any tandem in the league.
3rd and 7. And it's dropped. And there's the kind of night it has been for the Los Angeles Rams. The drop leads to a 4th down and a punt. They've gone 3 and out their last 3 possessions now.
It's just been, they've been out of sorts all night. We've seen this from Kupp, now Higbee. And you wonder, you know, Robert Woods, the injury and everything that's been going on with this franchise in the last 2 weeks, the additions and then the loss, whether that has taken its toll mentally on this team.
Hecker from the 2. Short, Ayuk will run up, and the fair catch. Just a 44-yard punt. And the 49ers will take over at their own 44. At ESPN, we salute America's heroes for their incredible service and service to our country as we head to the 4th.
And Fighter Wing, the Jersey Devils. My one mission today is to tell our San Francisco 49ers and our 49er faithful, go Niners!
Thank you, Colonel Dunn. And there's Haley McLean Hill. She opened our show tonight. Did a great job voicing over the T's. You want to talk about a dual threat?
Yeah.
She leads more than 300 airmen, is responsible for an estimated $9.8 million in Air Force assets. And oh, by the way, she's a cheerleader for the 49ers also.
That is so cool.
Very
what a great way to open the show.
Very cool.
And we open up the 4th quarter. Elijah Mitchell keeps pounding that rock.
And keeps pounding George Kittle. Watch this block. He's going to come over here and cut out the outside linebacker. And everybody that thinks, you know, George Kittle is just about catching passes, look at that. That's Terrell Lewis. That is a big man. He is the best I've seen in the National Football League at that block. Coming across the formation and cutting out defensive ends, outside linebackers. And that creates a gap, a lane inside for running backs to hit.
Keep it on the ground. Another 1st down. Keep running that clock. That's what the 49ers have to be thinking. Need Kittle and Kelsey healthy, right? They're back and forth each and every week. The 2 great tight ends. Travis went off last night, 8 catches, 119 yards. I think the Chiefs looked back last night, but looked back, by the way. Patrick Mahomes had the typical Mahomes effort, you would think. And again, they always seem to be grouped together. And what they do and what they mean to their respective offenses. And again, we need those guys healthy and playing every single week.
Yes, and you know, great to see Kansas City back, explosive last night against the Raiders. And we love Travis Kelce, but he does not block like that.
Mitchell, Shawn Robinson to stop. Some news notes from around the NFL. So we're good. Everybody's off. We're good with the Chiefs now. Everybody's back. We're good. No more panic time in Kansas City. Patrick, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. Cam Newton's back in a big way. He let everybody know about that. And that AFC, man, that is tight. 12 AFC teams at 500 or better. It's going to be a wild race down the stretch. Meanwhile, the NFC, regardless of the result tonight, the Rams are going to stay 5th in the conference. They lost their earlier matchup with first place Arizona. And that second matchup.
Offense number 22, 5-yard penalty, second down.
The Rams and Cardinals, that'll be something later in the season, week 14 on Monday night.
This Rams defense, we talked a little bit about it early in the game. They want to play the pass. They want to defend the pass. They are built to defend the pass, and they play that shell coverage, and they want you to throw the ball. And teams that can run the ball effectively against them as this season goes on are going to be the ones that Raheem Morris has got to figure out a plan that works better than it did tonight.
2nd and 13. Garoppolo able to complete. That's Deebo Samuel for a pickup of 7.
You talk about managing the down and distance. Now they're in a manageable, again, 3rd and 5 type of situation, which is something that they've been able to live in tonight. They've been able to go ahead and convert these types of situations. And see there, they just hit a quick little pass over the middle of the Deebo. Now you have a little bit more options in terms of route combinations you can run. This is an important down and distance again for the Rams to get off the field.
And I bring pressure if I'm Raheem Morris. Bring pressure on Jimmy Garoppolo, maybe force a tip, get an interception.
On 3rd and 6, they hand it off to Jeff Wilson. Nothing doing. Stopped at the line.
Yeah, and that's a play call there from Kyle Shanahan, taking some risk off the table and then knowing that now he's got a decision and he's going to go for it on fourth down, or maybe run this clock down and take a timeout.
That's Jordan Fuller, who filled that hole very nicely.
Sure did.
Yeah, I think he's going to take as much time here, maybe call a timeout.
Juszczyk runs on, Wilson runs off. They got 3 to snap it. Jimmy's looking around, and there's the timeout, which will leave San Francisco with just 1. Saturday, another giant game of the Big Ten. 7th-ranked Michigan State takes on number 4 Ohio State at the Shoe in Columbus. That's noon Eastern on ABC right after College Game Day on ESPN. That'll be fun. Michigan State and Ohio State.
So 4th and 5 here, situation. Obviously, you use your snap count, but Aaron Donald and company, they're smart too. They're not going to jump, but you might as well use it. Maybe you get a free one. George Kittle's been tough for anybody to guard and handle all night, whether it's been zone or man. He's found the holes. They're going to throw the football. That's who I'd find.
The analytics community says should punt in this spot. But they're going on 4th and 5 from the LA 40. Garoppolo got it across, and it's Samuel breaking away. Touchdown, 49ers. And Garoppolo doesn't care what the analytics community says now. 30-7, San Francisco.
Just keep an eye here on Taylor Rapp and Nick Scott, the 2 inside curl defenders. You have to play with better vision. If you're Nick Scott and you're an offside curl defender, you have to be able to make that tackle. You cannot let that out the gate. Let them split you and go for 6. That's just bad execution on the part of the Rams. You know they're going to 19. Inexcusable mistake.
And a great throw from Jimmy Garoppolo.
No doubt. No doubt.
Give Jimmy credit. When you don't throw a lot of passes in a game, when it's a physical run game, you don't get into a rhythm. He has been in a rhythm tonight. He's made the plays that he needed under pressure, and Deebo Samuel still dancing.
Somebody gave that one to him. Look at the chain on him. What a night for Deebo Samuel. 5 catches, 97 yards, and a touchdown. He's got 36 rushing yards as well. And the 49ers are having their way with the Rams tonight. Wisnowski. Another short kickoff. Koski for the Rams. Just beyond the 20. And LA will start from there. Time now for Money Moves, brought to you by SoFi.
Well, Raheem Morris wanted to get pressure, and he lined up right here with Aaron Donald. But watch Daniel Brunskill, the right guard. He's one-on-one. And what Raheem Morris thinks is when I get one-on-one with this guy's not going to have a chance to throw the ball down the field. And when they bring 5 and they vacate a zone in that 3-deep zone, there's an opportunity for Deebo Samuel to get there, but give Daniel Brunskill credit on that one-on-one block on Aaron Donald. It doesn't happen very often.
Stafford goes back to Higbee. Remember, couldn't make the 3rd down catch. Hangs on there for the first, gain of 11. Again, the Rams have gone 3 and out each of their last 3 possessions. Nick Bosa breaks that up. That Rams first down, that was their first down on offense. 2.5 minutes left in the first half.
Just teeing off now. It's pass rush time for the Niners defensive front. And finally, this crowd here, something to cheer about. They haven't had a victory here in over a year.
393 days since the Niners won at home. And the familiar chants of beat LA. Beat LA. 10.5 to go. 2nd and 10. Stafford trying to go to Kupp. And the flag comes in. K'Wan Williams get there early.
Pass interference. Defense number 24. The ball will be placed at spot and foul. Automatic first down.
Look, these defensive backs have been on it all night long. And watch K'Wan. Watch him just sit on this route. He knows what's coming. He just gets there too soon. He gets there too soon because he knew what was coming too soon. And DeMeco Ryans, the defensive coordinator, has had this team locked in all night long. And this is the result that you get.
Saw the Niners lead in defensive pass interference. He cleaned it up. Hadn't had any of those DPI calls in the previous 2 games. And again, that's the kind of night for the Rams. Had Van Jefferson open. Stafford and he could not hook up.
You know, you talk about DeMeco Ryans and the job that he's doing, taking over for Robert Saleh. Last week was an ugly loss against Arizona. They have come out tonight and they have done everything DeMeco Ryans asked them to do, to play physical. You look at the injuries that they've had on this defense, the people that they're playing without up front at every level. Jason Verrett, their starting corner, 2 safeties, and they said no excuses. We got to come out. Whoever is up next has to play physical and fast, and they've done it.
Getting Ward back tonight has been critical. Stafford finds Kupp. Kind of expected that kind of play all night. It just hasn't been the case. 6th catch for Kupp. That's good for 16 yards.
You know, look, those throwing windows have been open against San Francisco's zone defense all year long. What they do a good job of is eliminating the big shots over the top. But tonight, the Rams just haven't been able to hold on to the football.
Stafford, take a deep shot, and it's knocked away. Mosley had a better chance of catching that than Kupp did.
Give credit to Emmanuel Mosley. He plays this great. He's watching Cooper Kupp the entire time. Outside leverage and just waiting for that ball to go up and make a play on it.
Zone defense. It's all about vision, pattern recognition, and then breaking on the football. Hufanga knocked it out of his hands.
That's a fine in the DB room tomorrow morning.
No question. No question, Rook. You're paying up.
Yes.
Give me my money.
Kupp Inside the 40, Warner to stop.
Football is about emotion, especially on the defensive side of the ball, and you can feel it coming up into this booth from this stadium, from this crowd, the players on the field. It gives you goosebumps being here live and just feeling how electric this stadium is.
Stafford to Cup for the first down. Gain of 11.
Well, I don't think you can underestimate, there was a lot of talk this week in this town about this team and losing 5 out of 6. And if they would have come in here and laid another egg and gone 0-4 in the division, there was a lot of talk and the buzzers were circling. And so what they have come out and done is impressive.
Up in the air, and that's intercepted.
Oh my God, he caught it.
There is a flag down. K'Wan Williams held that up against his thigh. And let's see which way this flag goes.
I think you're going to get holding on K'Wan Williams.
Yeah, he may have hooked him.
That option route got him. He had to grab a hold of him.
Yeah. Grabbed him, hooked him. Still a great catch.
It's fantastic.
Never hit the ground.
By any means necessary.
Pass interference. Defense, number 26. The ball be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Are they going to look at that in the DB room tomorrow as well?
There's some things they'll say about that we can't say on TV. But that's a great shot. That's a great shot right there.
I don't care if it doesn't count. It's still a highlight in the game. Ball spotted at the 23 now of San Francisco. Under 9 to go in the fourth. How about 31-7 San Francisco?
Been a topsy-turvy, upside-down season at times, hasn't it?
The NFL is wild week to week. Stafford, Van Jefferson, Williams to stop.
I'm just telling you, it's been hard work going in between these numbers and catching the ball in the hashes. If you're a wide receiver tonight going in there, you're like, man, Shawn, you gonna keep calling that? You gonna keep sending me inside there to Shire and Warner? No. This has been one of those types of games.
Stafford will take a shot for the end zone, and it's juggled and out of bounds. Van Jefferson couldn't haul that in either.
Watch Josh Norman. He jumps a little bit too early and a little bit too short. This ball was a little bit further inside. It would have been an easy touchdown. Would have been a tough catch if Jefferson caught it clean the first time. His feet, he only had 1 foot anyway.
It's been the story of the night for the Rams, hasn't it?
Odell Beckham Jr.'s last grab came 2 minutes into the second quarter. Cup spins, taken down inside the 10. Pickup of 10. Fresh set of downs for Stafford in Los Angeles. As we hit the 8-minute mark here in the fourth.
Well, at this point, Odell's not in the game because, they're going up tempo and things are flying and there's a lot of communication going on. And quite frankly, why risk it? You're down 31-7. So not surprised that Sean McVay has him on the sideline.
Rams have the bye next week and then go to Green Bay. First and goal from the San Francisco 9. Stafford under fire, and he's going to be taken down. Drop for the sack. Arden Key gets home.
What a great rush by Arden Key against David Edwards. Just watch him set him up, come back inside, get the hands off of him, and then just get vertical in the pocket and finish the sack. That was all set up by the footwork off the line of scrimmage. Great hand use. Look, Chris Kasarik, the defensive line coach of the 49ers, one of the best in the business.
That looks like 98 from last week, Jeffrey Simmons.
Yeah. That's the first red zone sack of Stafford all season long. Eric Armstead, a little eager. You get up 31-7, everybody wants a piece, right?
Defense, number 91. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Well, this is one of the best feelings that you can have as a defender and as a play caller as well, as you see D'Amico Ryans on your screen. Because you know what the team has to do. You truly got them one-dimensional now. And it's just so much more fun to play this way, especially when a team is, well, maybe not for you, but it's so much more fun.
I guarantee you it's not fun on the other side.
Crank it up.
12th play of the drive. Kupp, his 10th catch of the night.
If you can just see the body language of the 49ers defenders. You can just see it. They didn't look like this last week. When Arizona was putting it on them, they did not look like this. This looks like a totally different team. And for the Rams, wow. Look, there's a difference between talent collecting and team building, right? They need to make sure this talent becomes a team. As the new guys come in, big names, big stars, a lot of expectations, it's up to Sean McVay to make these guys into a team.
Beckham's in the game now. Bottom of your screen. 3rd and goal. Flags and whistles.
Any idea?
Harry wants no part of this right now.
No, keep me out of this.
It's been a quiet night for John.
You were doing so good.
He was tired after last week.
Yeah, we wore him out. All right, here we go.
The clock did not start after the runner went out of bounds. Therefore, that's why we stopped the clock, stopped the game. Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 6 minutes and 17 seconds. The clock will start on my whistle. Play clock operator, please reset the play clock to 10 seconds.
Lots of clock management there. Listen, you could not have seen this coming, right, fellas? You could not have seen a 31-7 lead for San Francisco tonight, not coming into this one. I know they've had their way with the Rams. They've beaten them 4 in a row.
You knew it was. But the style you could see coming.
The style, yes.
Maybe not the score, but the style for sure.
Yeah. Stafford on 3rd and goal. Now he'll run with it. And he's beyond the line of scrimmage. That's going to be an illegal forward pass.
All right, it's just been off all night for Sean McVay. Trying to extend that play, trying to find somebody to get open in the back of the end zone. Cooper Kupp falls down. Van Jefferson, he tries to get it to him, and he's just out of bounds. And it's been one of those nights for Matt Stafford.
Yep.
Illegal forward pass. Offense, number 9. He went beyond and went behind the line and passed the ball. 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Lost it down, 4th down.
So it's one of those nights for the Rams and Stafford after one of those Sunday nights a week ago for the Rams and Stafford. And so people are going to get off the Chiefs back now, and then they're going to pile on the Rams. Hey, what's going on in Los Angeles now? That's coming.
Well, look, we know what the season is for the Rams. This is Super Bowl or bust for the Rams. We know that. They know that. They know that that's what they're trying to get done. That's why I'm saying they have some great individual pieces, and they've compiled a great record so far. But there's a lot of ball game left. There's a lot of season left. They need to win a bunch more games, which means they're going to have to figure this out.
4th and goal. Not even close. Wanted Van Jefferson. And the Rams turn it over on downs. Lots of San Francisco treats tonight for the 49ers. Deebo Samuel had a career-high 11 catches week 12 against the Rams last season. Having a big night tonight. Only 5 grabs, but he's got 97 yards. He's been ferocious out there after the catch.
Yeah, and then running in the backfield, blocking. I mean, you name it. When Kyle Shanahan came into his team on the first day of this week, and he started to build this game plan around physicality, I guarantee you the first person he called out was Deebo Samuel. And he said, Deebo, you got to set the tone for this week, and he did.
9.5 yards per reception after the catch for his career. That's a first down after the catch, an extra first down after the catch every time he catches. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. When you just think about that, keep that in the proper context, that's ridiculous.
6 minutes to play in the fourth. It's Elijah Mitchell. Stopped by Jalen Ramsey. So the Rams' second red zone possession tonight that ends with a turnover on downs. The other one was the fake punt. Tried to get tricky towards the end of the first half, and that didn't work. Fake field goal. And that's the kind of night for Los Angeles. Again, they'll have time to figure this out a little bit. They got the bye next week. I think the bye comes at a really good time.
Yes, no question. You know, they got some soul searching to do. This is back-to-back outings where they haven't just lost, but they've been bullied. Let's put it that way. They've been bullied by the Titans, and now they've certainly been bullied tonight. And to Lewis's point, it's not just about the pieces, it's about the whole puzzle and how it works together and how you play as a team.
And that's exactly why, right? I mean, we're just stating the obvious here, but that's exactly why the bye is so important.
Yeah.
Because now you have to really, a lot of times you get away during the bye. There's some important conversations that need to be had, especially considering what the expectations are for this football team. This bye is crucial. It's crucial for the stretch run.
You know, it's one thing, it's the Titans, right? Right now, they're the class of the AFC, right? They're the hottest team maybe in football, but now against a 49ers team that lost 5 of 6, it's exposing some warts for LA.
Yeah, but this was a team, we knew that San Francisco was talented. They hadn't played well. They've had a lot of injuries, but they're coming together as a team, and you see what happens when everybody has the same mentality and mindset, the way you can play. The Rams need to find that going forward.
Niners told us this week it felt different this week in practice. It's Rams week here in Northern California, and they got the full attention, especially coming off the loss to Arizona a week ago, who the Cardinals didn't have in the lineup. We'll take another timeout.
Well, and the other thing for the Rams is this bully is in their division, and now it's 5 times
5 in a row.
Right. So, like,
that's not a fluke 5 in a row. That's a fair sample size.
No, and you know, and most of them, especially the ones that have taken place here, take on the same kind of storyline. Last year when they played here the first time, it was Raheem Mostert who right away set the tone for this football team. Right away, he sent the defense of the Rams a message like, this is what this night's going to be like. Deebo sent them the same message. The defense came out playing fast and physical. And then I'm telling you, look, sometimes we make football real difficult, and sometimes it's just about this. It's just about who can out-hit who.
Yeah, and sometimes there's just a team that you don't match up well against, that has your number, that knows you really well, and we've seen that a lot across the NFL.
Wisnowski will boot it away. Take a hop just across midfield and be down there. Niners in cruise control at home in the final 5 minutes. Located 38 miles southeast of San Francisco. Tonight's aerial coverage brought to you by Goodyear. We come to you from the heart of Silicon Valley. And all sorts of woes. Where do you want to start? The Rams' problems tonight. Hey, the big part of their problems with the 49ers did to them.
Yeah, but they certainly didn't help themselves either. And this one right here, that was the one that was the most painful right at the start of this game. The one to Tyler Higbee and Jimmy Ward, give him credit, in the right spot, the right time. They had not been making those turnovers. They only had 2 interceptions coming into the night, only 5 total turnovers caused, and tonight they got what they needed.
And the drops at most inopportune times. 5 drops, 3 coming on 3rd down, a chance to stay on the field. That's Michelle for a couple. And the other thing about the start tonight for the 49ers, San Francisco had been a terrible first quarter team. The most they had scored in the first quarter was 12 points. They've been shut out in 4 first quarters earlier in the season, and tonight able to put 14 on the board in the first quarter. Get the jump on the Rams. Here's Cooper Kupp down to the 25. His 11th catch. That's good for 25 yards.
We've talked a lot about where the Rams potentially go from here. These 49ers are going to move to 4-5 and right in the thick of the wild card race in the NFC. So some things for them to build upon.
It's Michelle. The hitting keeps happening, and there's a flag in the backfield, and I think Stafford took a shot.
Personal foul. Defense, roughing the passer, number 95. After distance penalty, automatic first down.
Contavious Street.
You're going to see Contavious come into the screen here. Looks like he's losing his balance.
Yeah.
His head goes in between Stafford's legs.
Yeah, it was kind of unintentional.
Wow.
You hit a quarterback anywhere in that lower leg extremity. And honestly, if I'm Sean McVay, I'm thinking about putting John Wolford out there.
Yep.
You know, like, we're not going to win this game. And I get it. You want to get something positive before you get back on the plane back to L.A., but I just don't think it's worth it.
Wolford is stirring. He's hanging on to that number 13 for now as well. Incomplete. So a whole lot of talk about Odell Beckham Jr. coming and which uniform number he would wear. And Odell's not been a factor tonight. Von Miller may be a little bit more of a factor, but that was all the talk, all the hype, the glitz and glamour of the LA Rams coming to town, all in, going for it, the Super Bowl at their home stadium. And it looks like the 49ers, who we said in the open, this is under the radar. They didn't want anything to do with that conversation. It's all San Francisco tonight. Over the head, sails it over Dyrol Henderson.
Listen, Vaughn and Odell are going to have a big impact on this team going forward. There's no question. And I didn't have a whole lot of expectation for them in this game. I know everybody else wanted to see the glitz and glamour, but glitz and glamour doesn't win you football games, especially when you play against a team that's come out was physical. But those two guys they're going to need for the stretch run in the second half of the season. And in my eyes, this NFL football season just starts to ramp up in mid-November. That's when the real season starts. And the Rams have some things to fix, certainly to work on, but I think they're going to be there at the end.
3rd and goal. Stafford being chased, going to be taken down. A flag comes in. Nick Bosa got there for the sack, and I think that's going to stand.
It's just a great inside pass rush move by Bosa. I mean, it's lightning quick. Rob Havenstein has no shot.
Holding.
He has no other choice but to hold it.
That penalty's declined.
Just watch.
The play is 4th down.
Watch how quickly he is gone. He just gives him a little stutter. Boom! And I'm inside it. Look, I'm just going to have to try and choke hold you and see if I can keep you off my quarterback. If you've ever seen Nick Bosa up close and personal, this guy has got quads, guns. He's got it all. And when he gets in that low crouch stance and comes off the ball like that, especially when he knows you're throwing, that's usually the result right there.
Rams trailing 31-7, going to go for the field goal. And Matt Gay from 37. Makes it a 21-point game with 3:48 left. So, yeah, we talk about all the fast forward for the Rams and what they can expect. As for the 49ers, maybe they've straightened themselves out. And they will head to Jacksonville next.
But look at that; those are potential wild card contenders. The Vikings, the Seahawks, Falcons, right? Those are NFC wild card contenders that they have coming up in a direct head-to-head where they could potentially separate themselves.
See, now the question is, can San Francisco keep up this level of play with consistency, right? I mean, that's what the NFL is all about. Every team has these kind of performances where it's emotional, big Monday night matchup, division opponent. We beat the tar out of them before. We're going to do it again. But now, how do you respond to this?
How do you show up to Jacksonville?
That's
next
right.
week?
How do you respond?
Yeah.
That's the key in the NFL. I was told by a coach, a very good coach, up there in Foxborough a long time ago. I don't need people who are up and down. Yep. I need people who are consistent. Up and down gets you 800. I mean, gets you 500. Gets coaches fired.
Try the onside kick. And it's Dwelly for San Francisco.
And we saw what happened at Buffalo when they went down, took Jacksonville lightly, right?
Well, that's what I mean. The league is so week to week. I think thoughts of momentum might be foolish. You just never know what to expect week in and week out.
See, that'll be the challenge for Kyle, right? Taking his team down there, a long, long trip.
Well, as always, this time of year, we'd like to salute all of our nation's veterans, past and present, and several on our own Monday Night Football crew have served honorably in our nation's armed forces. Sucha Singh from the Marine Corps, and Doug Birmingham, David Hensley, Tim Macy, all from the Navy, and we appreciate each and every one of them, what they've done, their service, and their families, too. Such a big part of it, the support that they get from their own families. And on behalf of our Monday Night Football family, we're always thinking about our nation's veterans, past and present.
Well, we came into this game thinking Kyle Shanahan, who told us that he wanted to run the ball 40 times in this game.
Well, they're not going to get there. I mean,
this next run will be 4-0.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen very often. Look, he knows it. Oh. He knows it too. He's like, this is number 40. I'm calling this one for you guys.
Mitchell bounced back.
So Kyle's been a play caller for 14 seasons, and that's only the 15th time he's had 40-plus runs. He knew exactly what he needed to do to win this football game. He communicated clearly to the team all week. Came out, they executed, and congratulations to them.
See, that's the disappointing part if you're the Rams, right? Because, look, Raheem Morris knew that this is what they wanted to do, too. Sean McVay knew it, too. Yeah, Aaron Donald knew it, too.
It's even worse. They knew it was coming and couldn't stop it.
There's nothing worse in football than to know it's coming and you can't do anything about it.
Pushing and shoving now. These NFC West rivals. What a pretty clean game.
Yeah, it makes no sense to start fighting now.
Nice night for the Shanahan family. Mike's in attendance, we understand. 2-minute warning. Scott, we haven't seen many of these kind of games. 5 Monday Night Football games in our first 9 weeks had the winning score in the final 2 minutes of the game. Never been 6 in a Monday Night Football season. And a violent tackle by Marquise Copeland, who was just elevated from the practice squad. And Trey Lance will sit and wait another day, right? All the talk about Trey Lance, maybe we get him in. There's always a package for him. But Garoppolo and the 49ers offense, they managed this one perfectly. All the talk about Von Miller and Odell Beckham Jr. coming in. Odell had 2 catches for 18 yards, played 15 snaps of offense. His last catch of his 2 came 2 plays into the second quarter. Von Miller saw the field, 41 snaps, made 3 tackles, including 1 for loss. Elijah Mitchell keeps running hard. How do you not love this guy? I get it. I get it.
Hey, there's nothing else really to say. I mean, he's just one of those guys who epitomizes exactly what this organization is looking for in running backs. He's tough. He's fundamental as far as how he executes, and he's dependable.
There's a history with the Shanahan family that everybody, a lot of people are aware of, but, later round picks. He's a 6th-round pick. Terrell Davis was a 6th-round pick. Mike Anderson was a 6th-round pick. Arian Foster, who was with Kyle in Houston, was a 7th-round guy. Alfred Morris in Washington was there's a history.
Yep.
You play in this offense for Mike or Kyle Shanahan, you're going to get a chance. And if you can run like Elijah Mitchell, it doesn't matter where you were drafted.
And the 49ers will stop hearing about they can't win at home. 393 days since their last home victory. And this will be 5 games in a row. A 5-game winning streak for the 49ers against the Rams. This will feel good in a lot of ways for San Francisco. One more kneel down, and this one should be history. Niners time of possession, 39 minutes. And 44 rushes. They got to that magic 40 mark. Stafford's still in there. One last handoff, and that should end it. And this will feel good for the 49ers. And the Rams will go back to the drawing board. 2 tough losses as they head into their bye. And the Niners a satisfying victory. They'll head to Jacksonville. Producer of Monday Night Football is Phil Dean. Our director is Jimmy Platt. Next Monday night, we'll see you from Tampa. Tom Brady and the Bucs take on the Giants. We expect Saquon Barkley to play in that game. John Parry, Lisa Salters, Brian Greasy, Louis Riddick, and our outstanding Monday Night Football crew. I'm Steve Levy. Thanks for watching. It's all 49ers tonight. The Monday Night Postgame, presented by Abbott, is coming.